Kendrick album coming?
I guess so.
I sure would hope so, right?
I mean, I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I would assume so.
You in the group chat, right?
I'm not in the group chat that you're in.
I'm not in no group chat.
Yeah, I'm in a group chat with you. Whatever number I have for Dave Free has been green bubbles for like 6 years.
Nah, shout out to Dave, man. Like, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we got something soon, but I don't know. That's not me. I don't.
It also was
sure.
dope. Let me ask you this, Ed. How dope was it to see? Because it felt like this moment pushed the TDE shit together. I'm not saying that it was like fractured, but you know, Kendrick left, did the PG Lang thing, but this moment to see everybody back together and saying, you know what, I know I might not be on the label no more, but this is where it started.
I'm glad you brought that up because this brings me back to what we started with, and that's culture. Cultural nuance matters. Relationships matter. There's never been a fracture in that way.
Right.
It's just, hey, we want to see the homie do his own thing. Cool. Now, this is where culture matters. Let's say there is a thing. There wasn't, but let's say there is a thing.
Right.
Let's say that Dot doesn't fuck with TDE and vice versa.
Right.
Top don't fuck with Dot. Let's say that, right? Hypothetically speaking, right? If you're an outsider, you can't come over here and pick on that. We can pick on that.
We can, but you can't.
You can't.
Right.
That's what people don't understand about cultural nuance and where we come from. If I have a brother and he's special needs, I can make fun of my brother all day.
But you can't.
You can't make fun of my little brother.
Because, yeah, that's a problem.
That's why culture matters, and that's why being authentically from those things matter, because if you don't, then you violate said things, and now you get violated.
And then you look stupid.
Then you look crazy.
Yeah, and now you're Ja Rule, but just much more famous.
I like Ja Rule.
Hey, man, I liked the New York. I'm from New York. Mesmerized. All that shit was cool. But just never was the same again, was it? Anyway.
I wouldn't have Ja Rule produce my festival, but I fuck with Ja Rule.
For sure. I love Ja. Yeah. You know, but things weren't the same after Back Down and I Smell Pussy and, you know, all that good stuff. Anyway, Head, I appreciate you pulling up. I'm about to piss my pants. Effective immediately Sundays on Sirius.
On Sirius XM Hip Hop Nation. But
5 p.m. Pacific time.
5 p.m. Yeah. You can also find Effective immediately on the YouTube, podcast, all that shit.
Homegrown Radio still going.
Homegrown is still going.
Are you going to put out any, I feel like now you got to put an album out. You've always talked about it.
Stay tuned.
DJ Head album on the way. That was the Look at Salas. DJ Head album on the way. Lots going on, man. And then this whole time we didn't even talk about your show with Elliott Wilson and Jeremy.
Oh, the bigger picture. Make sure you tap into the bigger picture. Elliott Wilson, the GOAT.
I appreciate you holding the GOAT accountable for his fucking 30-year-long bias against everything that's
not Drake.
Yeah.
Drake ain't been around for 30 years.
No, but I mean not even that. Just the East Coast bias that we always are talking about.
He's West Coast Wilson now.
And now he's West Coast Wilson.
Yeah, shout out to Elliott Wilson, man. Go get a bar, the bigger picture, Hip Hop DX, Up Rocks. Shout out to the family over there. We're building something real special.
I saw your conversation, and they were saying, is it crazy not to consider Kendrick a top 10? I think...
It's insane.
No.
Not to consider him top 10?
I'm saying number 1 is either Jay-Z or Kendrick Lamar, and that's it.
That's the conversation.
And if you don't like that, suck my dick.
I mean, I don't understand.
Just create your own fucking podcast.
I don't understand why that's even a conversation. It's
Kendrick.
It wasn't even on the show docket. I'm like, why are we even talking about this?
I had him at about 5, but I'm like, okay, he dismantled a whole generation's GOAT, whatever, and never was my GOAT.
I don't have a comment on that.
But just surgically picked him apart like, oh man, it was just rough. It was like, the Clippers of the 90s going against like the Lakers of the 80s or something. Like it was just, it was like Michael Olowokandi. He turned Drake into Michael Olowokandi, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a basketball reference not a lot of people are going to get. Number 1 overall pick, went to the Clippers, big old butt. Kwame browned his ass.
Right.
Kobe to Kwame.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, I got a question for you. Then we'll wrap. So you do radio every day. We can't curse on the radio.
Correct.
Like we can't say fuck.
Yes.
So if you're playing a song on the radio and the word fuck is coming up, and you know it's coming up, you've said it in your mind like this word is coming up, so I have to take that out, right?
Right.
Okay, so the same thing would be applied to the N-word. If you know the N-word is coming up, then you've set it in your brain to mute it out loud. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
See, that's what I thought. Jeremy Heck doesn't think so. He thinks that he can mute N-words in his head.
So he says it out of his mouth.
No, he doesn't say it at all. But he said that he can't mute. He said that he doesn't say it at all, even in his brain.
He's lying.
That's what I said. I said, you have to say the N-word in your mind in order to stop yourself.
Yeah, while I'm rapping songs, I definitely self-edit. But like...
you have to say the word in your mind to self-edit.
The N-word's flying in my head. I'll tell you what you're not going to tell me when Trinidad James All Gold Everything is on, the N-word ain't flying in my head. Like, what are we talking about? Tell his Canadian ass to stop being so soft and stand on business, dog. He's like, no, you don't understand.
Flying around.
He's like, you don't understand. It's just a negative in my head. My head doesn't compute the word. I'm so woke. I'm so woke. The head, it doesn't even, no.
Don't work like that.
That's not how it works. DJ Head, thank you, brother.
West Coast.
Boom.